Yes, guys, how are we doing? I hope everybody is well, and a massive thank you for downloading this guide, okay? In this short, sharp video, okay, we're gonna be running through 3 incredibly simple yet effective and actually modern science-backed steps to be able to drop fat, build muscle, ultimately without having crazy restrictive diets, giving up your social life, giving up the food you love, or having to literally work out 7 days per week or spend hours on the treadmill, okay? Now, as we kind of run through this, I want to get it very clear. You probably have downloaded or opted in for lots of videos like this, and I want this one to be different, okay? I want this to be something where you can actually take value, not just information, but actually understand the reason behind things so that you can actually integrate this into your life. Now, why? And honestly, in my honest opinion, this is what makes us very different, okay? Now, on one side of this, we have science. This is the science that gets us results. This is the modern, up-to-date science, not the old school bodybuilder bro stuff. This is the modern science that gets results. On the other side of it, we have real life. Now, I've been in the industry for a long time now, and there's a big difference. What we have to do is sit in the middle where we know things are backed by science, but we also have so much experience of helping clients over the last 11 years, and we understand what works in practicality. So what actually works in real life. It's backed by science, but we help you integrate it into your life. But very quickly, I want to give you a little bit of context about me. It's literally just 2 minutes, I promise. Bear with me, okay? Now, my name is Simon Johnson, okay? This is me on the left-hand side in one of my favorite gyms in the world. My favorite things in the world is literally to be able to train outside. Now, over the last 11 years, I help time-poor individuals over 30, both men and women, to drop at least 10% body fat over the next 90 days, okay? Or if they can't, if they follow our plan and they don't manage to achieve this, I literally coach them for free. That's how confident I am in the system that we have built over the last 11 years. But a little bit of context, okay? I've been in the fitness industry for 11 years myself. To date, we've helped 2,769 individuals. Yes, I'm that sad. I update this number every single day and I keep track of it because I'm incredibly proud, okay? We've got clients in every single continent across the world, and to date, we've been featured in Forbes magazine, we've been on ITV News, and we've also been on Dubai Eye Radio. This is not to say, oh, look at me. This just goes to show when you do listen to us, okay, trust it's coming from a place of integrity. It's coming from a place of, we've done this before. We know what we're talking about, quite simply, okay? But this is a little bit about me, okay? Sports has literally always been my life. Originally, it was tennis, and then I moved into playing a pretty reasonable level of rugby until one day I actually saw a photo of myself playing rugby, and yeah, I found myself 21 kilos heavier than I had ever been in my life. And for the first time in my life, I didn't recognize myself. My love handles were spilling over my shorts. And by many people's standards, I'm probably still in pretty reasonable shape here. But for me, how I felt, I was used to being the fit guy, the strong guy, the healthy guy. And ultimately just life hit me hard with work pressures, with social life, with a number of different injuries at rugby. I just felt like I'd lost my edge. And this transformation quite literally changed my life. And now, alongside my amazing partner Anna, that you can see down in the bottom corner here, this is actually us on holiday in Marbella. We had an incredible time there, okay, staying active. But between us together, it's our job, and what we love to do is just ultimately help inspire others to reclaim their confidence, their energy, their shape, and just show them that they can literally do anything they want to if they put their mind to it without giving up the pizza. Okay, we've got a family tradition, me and my family, where we do pizza Fridays, and my biggest weakness is a good pizza, homemade, stone-baked, well, now we're talking, okay, and a little bit of ice cream, okay? Now you understand a little bit about me. I hope that gives you context, and I want to run you through these 3 simple steps, okay? Now, step 1 is basically the old way versus the new way. So many of you have probably heard about doing chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs, shoulders, the old school bodybuilding bro splits, okay? Now, this is so 1940s. It's out of date. It's for old school people who are bodybuilders, and also for people who want to train 6 days per week. It's not for you as a man or woman who wants to lose a bit of fat, build a bit of muscle, have some more confidence, more energy, and realistically, you're navigating a busy career, you're navigating maybe being a father or a mother, you're looking after your partner, and you want a social life at the same time. So it's just not realistic. The new way, the modern way, the science-backed, effective and efficient way is what we call a 3+1 system, okay? That's 3 non-negotiable sessions that have to happen, okay? That is then 1 additional icing on top of the cake session. Why this sets you up for success. If you miss that 4th session, you've still nailed everything you need to, but if you get it in, it's just icing on top of the cake. Secondly, we're going to do what we call high frequency training. Now, general rule of thumb in life says that the more that we do something, the better we get. So why, if you want to grow your chest or grow your glutes, do you only train them once per week? Okay. So if we did that, if you trained your chest or your glutes every week for a year, that's 52 opportunities for your glutes or your chest to get bigger and stronger. If you train them twice a week for a year, that's 104. And if you miss it, then at least you still train it, and miss one session, at least you still train it that week. So high frequency training is one of the key fundamentals to modern training and ultimately getting results, okay? That being said, alongside this, you're not going to go into a full chest session, because think about it, if you went and did a chest session, you did 5 exercises of chest. The first 2 exercises are probably really good quality. You're lifting to your full potential. Whereas the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, your chest is so tired that it's just not good quality. So we do a similar amount of work, but what we do is we take, say, 2 or 3 exercises here and 2 and 3 exercises here. So we're doing a similar amount, but the quality of the work is so much higher. That is why the new way, the 3+1 system, works so effectively. It sets you up for success. It sets you up with modern science, with flexibility, and it's more effective, efficient, and realistic for someone like you, rather than an old school bodybuilder who just wants to get on stage in his pants. Okay? Now, using this 3+1 system is the exact system that Stuart, one of our clients who's 48, managed to use to drop 21 kilos or 46 pounds. And I actually put here a screenshot of a message that he sent to us, and he said, literally, my wife took this picture, her words, what the fuck happened? Okay, you could be an advertisement in a magazine. I mean, at 48, nearly 50 years old, okay? In fact, he's 49, sorry, because he turned on when he sent this message. You see, I turned 49 yesterday. I'll be looking good at 50 next year, okay? It goes to show, if you continue to do the old school things, you might be able to get results, but it's going to be 10 times harder. Believe it or not, Stuart used the 3+1 system. He literally only trained 3 days per week most of the time, every now and then getting that +1, getting that optional extra. Now, number 2 is something we call the social survival kit. Now, if you're anything like me, anything like Stuart, or anything like the majority of our clients, men and women over 30, you like a drink, okay? You like a social life. You like to eat out with your family. You're working your ass off Monday through to Friday in a job to support your family, provide for them, okay? And if you're like me, I like to go out at the weekend. I like to have a couple of cocktails. Me and Anna like to go out for dinner, or me and my family, I like to have pizza Friday. Now, the old way is you would have your calorie target, and you would, let's say it's 2,000 calories a day. You would have 2,000 calories Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then quite often you'd be what I call a weekend warrior, and you say have 3,000 calories, okay? That means that your total weekly calories upper is 6,000. But if your calorie deficit is 14,000, we've gone over your calories. So this is what we call our banking system. And this has single-handedly helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men and women that we've coached to not just get in shape, lose fat, build muscle, but ultimately still enjoy their life at the same time. It's proactive rather than reactive. So if you're like me, you know that the weekends are going to be more social, and you're probably going to eat a little bit more. Just like a bank account, if you knew that you were going to buy something a little bit more expensive on the weekends, what would you do throughout the week? You'd save. So what we do, the new way, is we go proactive, and we reduced our calories very, very slightly Monday through to Friday, say 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 200 calories a day saved, okay, times 5 days, that's 1,000 calories saved, which means we can have 2 days on the weekends up at 2,500 calories, and we've still hit our calorie target. You can see how we're working with your lifestyle rather than against it. And you can see how this can be to build a system that allows you to navigate travel with work, allows you to navigate meals out with friends, allows you to navigate, take a few takeaways here and there, and still enjoy the foods that you love, because you're being proactive and you're not being too restrictive. Now, again, this is the exact system. We use the banking system. We've also got another 2, buffering and braking, that Becca used. Becca's 34, okay, to drop 30 pounds and tone up. I mean, just look how much belly fat she's lost. It's crazy. And the confidence that she gained, she actually did this for her wedding, and she looked insane on her wedding day. I'm so freaking proud of her, because Becca had, when I say tried everything, she tried everything. Keto, Slimming World, 5-2 diet, low carb, high carb, carb cycling, even gone to the doctor to have blood tests to see if there was something wrong with her thyroid or metabolism or whatever it might be. And following this banking system, okay, the social survival kit, allowed her to build consistency and a nutrition system that actually worked for her. Now, number 3, this is something we do extremely differently to a lot of clients. And this is how you build real consistency, okay? Now, everybody knows the plan works, okay? A calorie deficit works, progressive training works, 3+1 system works, okay? What the hard part is actually being able to stay consistent with it. So this is how we make consistency your superpower. It's actually understanding that we never rise to the level of our goals, because we're all great when we're motivated, we have energy, we've had a great night's sleep, but we fall to the level of our systems. So when you're not motivated, you've had a stressful day, you haven't slept well, what happens then? And the red flag system allows us to identify when we fall off track, what are the habits, the good habits or the bad habits that will allow us to stay on track or fall off track. Because this is how it works. We have a cue, we have a craving, we have a response, and we have a reward, which you can see over here. For example, cue, I was stressed at work today. Craving, I really want some chocolate. The response, I go and eat the chocolate. Reward, that's tasty, okay? But how about if we could re-engineer these habits to be cue, I had a stressful day at work. Craving, I need something for me. Response, I go for a walk with one of my favorite songs. Reward, I feel great, I feel recharged, and I haven't sacrificed X, Y, Z, okay? This is how we ditch the all or nothing mindset, okay? That either I'm absolutely smashing it or I'm absolutely off track. We can hack your habits and we can understand the 3 core pillars to getting results. Everyone talks about training and nutrition, and meanwhile that's important, everybody forgets psychology. Because if we can control your thoughts, we can control your actions. Because we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. So it's about building this red flag system, which is basically when this happens, I tend to fall off track. For example, one of my personal red flags is I start drinking too much caffeine. I start drinking too much caffeine, which means my sleep goes to shit. And when my sleep goes to shit, my training and nutrition choices get worse. So when I start to notice myself going for a little bit more caffeine, the extra coffee, maybe an extra Monster that I wouldn't normally have, I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, that's the red flag. The warning sign, if I keep going the way I am, I'm going to fall off track. Okay, so when I start to reach too much caffeine, the next day I have no caffeine, I get an early night, and I do something that day that allows me to chill out. For me, I put my phone away that evening, I watch a good movie, and I get an early night, and that allows me to kickstart things back on track. And again, this red flag system, we both used with Hugh and Linda. Okay, Hugh's in his 43, Linda is in her 40s, didn't want me to disclose her age, which I respect very, very much, okay? But Hugh managed to drop 16 kilos, 36 pounds, ditches all or nothing mindset, and ultimately Linda killed it, absolutely killed it. I mean, for a lady in her 40s, literally having abs, she has 3 kids, I'm so freaking proud of her. She dropped 15 kilos, 33 pounds, and she also gained control around her chocolate cravings. This is something she struggled with for absolute years. But once you start to put this together, okay, this is how we've managed to get 2,769 plus insane transformations, and these continue to build. Christian, who's 57, nearly 60. Look at the guy, he looks incredible. 14 kilos down, 31 pounds. Jenna got her confidence back, lost 22 kilos. James literally looks like a freaking superhero. Look at him, 13 kilos down, so much muscle added. And Nikki, 58, lost 25 kilos and can finally run around with her grandson, Jaden, which is just incredible to see. So here, the question kind of comes then, can you know all of these and still not get the same level of results, okay? And the answer is yes, because we can know all of these, but if it's not then personalized to you, you're not going to get results. Also, the other biggest thing is it has to then be adjusted on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis to keep you moving forwards. But most of all, you can have all of this information, but if you don't implement it into your life, then you're not going to get results. So this is where accountability becomes incredibly important, okay? So the simple switch and pathways to consistent results is actually having a personalized plan. All these tactics, all these strategies are fantastic, but we actually have to find and identify the ones that work for you. Secondly, you need weekly feedback and adjustments so that you never plateau, but continue to chip away and progress, okay? With our training programs, our clients, the plan's amazing on day 1, but it gets better on week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, because not only do we see how your body's responding from the data that we receive from your training and nutrition, your measurements, but we also get your feedback. This exercise feels good. When I ate this with my nutrition, I felt really full, really satiated, and God, it was tasty as well, okay? And also, this is where you need that 24/7 support accountability. You can ask your questions. You can have a high five and a fist bump when you need it. And you can also have that little bit of a kick up the ass every now and then. So if you want to finally lose 25 pounds or more and actually keep it off for life, you've got three options. One, you can just keep doing what you're doing and hoping for the best. Two, you can start using the three different systems that I've run you through here, the 3+1 system, the banking system, and the red flag system, okay? And you can hope that you can figure out how to put all of this together. Or three, let's do this together, okay? The proven way, okay? If you ask me what to do with your teeth, I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm not a dentist, okay? If you ask me what to do to look after your pension or your future or your wealth, I wouldn't know because I'm not a financial advisor. If you ask me what to do to help you get in the shape of your life, I have been doing this for over a decade with nearly 3,000 people, and I have an incredible passion for it, okay? I literally live and breathe this, and I get, selfishly, the reason I do this is I love making people, I love that look in people's eyes when they achieve an incredible result and they go, holy shit, that's me. And they realize they can do whatever they want. So right now we're running a one-time opportunity for people who finally want to lose this body fat, build confidence and get their energy back in the next few months, okay? And here's the deal, okay? We're looking for just 5 people. We're not taking on any more because this is something that we've never done before, okay? And the deal is this. We're going to be running a 30-day trial for our coaching. Now, over the last 11 years, here's exactly how it's worked. People have booked in a consultation call to speak to me directly, and then they've been signing up for around 1,800 British pounds for 6 months worth of coaching, okay? But right now we want to make things way more accessible, okay? And I also understand, particularly in the online world, sometimes you can be a little bit skeptical, okay? Is the online thing going to work for me? And you're not alone. This is probably one of the biggest things that I speak to people. So what we're doing right now is for a very, very discounted rate, you can get a 1 month of coaching, okay? No contracts, you can cancel any time. And if you want a little bit more information on this, okay, there's a little button below to be able to drop me, my personal number, a message on WhatsApp. I'd love to just know, what are your goals? Do you want to lose? How much weight do you want to lose? Where do you want to build muscle? Have you got a holiday coming up that you want to work to? So just hit the link below, message me, and we'll run through everything and we can see if you're a good fit for the program.